What is going on, guys? This is KNasty3890 here. Welcome back to another episode of the Detroit Tigers Realistic Franchise, Episode 11. We're going the offseason, Year 3 to Year 4. We lost in the playoffs again to the Yankees again. This sounds like the Toronto Blue Jays franchise at the beginning again. It's really frustrating, so we got to try to make improvements on the team. So let's get into the offseason. We might have someone retire. I don't know. Let's see. Did Miggy retire? He did not. Jared Dyson retired and Luis Valdez retired. Jacoby Ellsbury retired. Brian Johnson, due to an injury. Ooh. I believe Brian Johnson in real life got hit in the head by a pitch. I'm assuming with a head fracture, that's probably like as a pitcher, that's how it happened. You got hit in the head as a pitcher. That's the thing with the injuries on. Younger guys might retire. Christian Bergman, or Bergman? It's not Bregman, it's Bergman. A bulging disc. That's usually not forcing someone to retire, but depends on the severity. Christopher Sace retired. He's only, wow. So prospects can retire due to injuries. Christopher Sace isn't a big prospect, but he's a B potential, 67 overall, 22 years old. Due to a torn ACL, he retired. Charlie Morton retired. Now, he was 37. A torn rotator cuff at 37 will make you retire. Trent Thornton, torn labrum. I actually need to look at these every year to see if any prospects or anyone like that retires. Alvarez, not much of a prospect. Another head fracture. Steve Selski, torn ACL. They usually aren't. I mean, I guess if you're at the end of your career. Shane Opitz, torn Achilles tendon. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Lane Thomas, torn an MCL is not that bad. I mean, it's obviously not a good injury. But Robbie Cano made the Hall of Fame. So, staff, we do need to get a first base coach. We'll do that later. Exclusive free agents. Dozier, Realmuto, Abreu, Kelly, Evaldi's a play option, Presley, Nova, Zimmerman, Harris, Walker, Frazier, and Alex Wilson. Holy free agents. Dozier last year kind of screwed us by accepting the qualifying offer. And he wasn't bad. 250 average, 28 home runs, 338 on base. But that is pretty expensive. Realmuto, I'm going to give him the qualifying offer and know I'll get the draft pick. Abreu, I definitely want to keep as a first baseman. He hit 30 home runs, hit 300. Not great defense, but whatever. And he's cheap, so let's do like a 2-year, $6 million deal. Joe Kelly pitched outstanding, but I don't want to overpay for a reliever. 4.6, I'll do that for 1 year. We're waiting on Evaldi's player option. Presley did kind of struggle this past year, so for $3 million, I'm going to let him walk. Will Harris really struggled. We're going to let him walk. Zimmerman, I will keep. His ERA last year was 4.15. For 1 year at 2.8, that's very fair. Same with Nova, 3.79 ERA. His contract 2.8, a very fair deal for 1 year. Neil Walker was a really solid bench bat. We needed him. He ended up having almost 200 at bats. He hit 286. I mean, if you look at his WAR, it was 1.2. So now for $3 million, I'm okay with paying it. I want to wait to the end of the offseason to fill out our bench. Same with Todd Frazier. He only ended up having 89 at bats with us. And then Alex Wilson ended up being a reliever in the minors. What do I do with Dozier? Can I see who the free agents are going to be? I don't think I can. I'm going to give it to him again. Hope someone offers him a deal. So let's sim a few days. See if our players signed. So Abreu, Kelly, Zimmerman, and Nova all signed. We're waiting on Evaldi. His exercises option. All right, so what is our budget now? You guys were telling me, I can't remember, someone mentioned in the comments, they said roughly $1 million per week is equivalent to $30 million a year. So that's what he was saying. So, I mean, we have some money to spend. I really want to go after free agency. The lineup, I think we're going to need a catcher because Realmuto's a free agent. We're got to figure out what Dozier at second. So we might have to go outside the system. We don't really want anyone at second. At catcher, no one. I mean, Jake Rogers is a defensive-minded catcher. Zavecki is the same. Other than that, no one's really ready. So we're going to need to get a catcher and a second baseman. So let's sim a couple more days. And let's look at arbitration. So Candelario is eligible for arbitration. He's been a third baseman. Been a very good third baseman. He has 3 years of service. So it shouldn't be too expensive. Yeah, 3 years for 4.4. Excuse me, should be a very fair deal for Candelario. Actually, it could be more like 4.3. Joe Jimenez had a really solid year last year. 91 innings pitched, a 2.77 ERA. Whip at 1.09. So he should be pretty cheap too. Excuse me, 3 years, 3.4, I think is a very fair deal. Really help out our bullpen. Montgomery, I definitely want to keep him around. I don't want to give him 5 years. I want to keep him cheap. Now, he's not going to be our ace. I don't want him to think he's our ace. He's not. Fulmer's our ace. That doesn't mean we don't want him. But he's just not our ace. There we go. Christian Stewart, a very good power bat. He hit over 30 home runs the last 2 years. 5-year deal for, I don't want to go 5. I'll go 3. Wow, $1.1 million for 4 years. I mean, this is a realistic franchise, but that's what he's looking for in his deal, so I will do it. Shane Green, I probably will let him walk. Yeah, we don't need him. Blaine Hardy, we'll let him walk. He is a lefty, so we are going to want to get another lefty out of the pen. So let's take a look at tender contracts. So Brendan Rodgers is up. Same with Rixey, Casey Mize. So let's see. With Brendan Rodgers, I don't want to give him $5 million. I want to give him 2. 1, I might look to trade him. I don't love him. He hasn't performed yet. His career high in home runs is 10. His career high in batting average in a full season is 220. And this year he hit 249, but he only played, 51 games? Dude can't hit. Now, he might be able to. I've seen him in other franchises turn to a stud. This one he hasn't yet. Rixey, I'll sign him to that 2-year deal. The rest of these guys, I'll just offer him contracts. You don't need to see it, and then we'll move forward. But, yeah, I'm probably going to put Rodgers on the trading block. He might be a piece needed to get a catcher. We could also move him to second if we need to. We do have that option, but let me go sign these guys, and then we'll move forward with the offseason. All right, so those contracts were offered. You can see here we have no one eligible for the Rule 5 draft, so don't have to worry about that. Let's just go through the roster and see what we want to improve. So our rotation is Fulmer, Evaldi, Montgomery, Norris, who I kind of like as a long man more because he's a lefty. I feel like that's just kind of a good role for him. And Zimmerman and Nova. So we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Casey Mize might be ready. Might give him a chance. I don't know. Bo Burrows is also working his way up through the system. Matt Manning is working his way up through the system. Javier is doing the same. So we got pitchers with pretty good depth. I don't think we need to get another starter. They're not crazy high overalls. Like, I'm not tied to Zimmerman. I'm not tied to Nova long term. They're both 1-year deals. Norris is making $3 million. Montgomery, we offered him that contract. Evaldi exercised player option. And Fulmer is already locked up long term. Relievers, we got Kelly Jimenez, got Will Smith. We can add a reliever or 2, definitely. Catcher, we're going to lose Real Muto, so definitely need a catcher. First base and DH, Abreu Cabrera, so that kind of works out there. Second base, we currently have no one now. Now maybe Dozier accepts a qualifying offer. Third base, we have Candelario. We also have these youngsters working their way up, Means and Fryman. Now, neither of them can play second or short or first. They're just third basemen. Great facial hair on Means. I kind of like Brayman more, but we'll see. We'll let them continue to play in the minors. They both look really good, though. Shortstop, Brendan Rodgers, and then we have Ronnie Rodriguez is kind of like a super utility guy. Other than that, not a whole lot. Paredes, I guess, is somewhat of a prospect. Yeah, he is. He's only 22 years old, 68 overall. Outfield, Benintendi, Stewart, Rixey. They're all left fielders. There are 3. We still have Daz Cameron in the system. We have Tommy Pham as well. So, I might... Ooh, who do we... Pham, I think, is the closest to being a free agent. He's a free agent at the end of this year. He's also the oldest. Pham is 33. Benintendi's 26. Where is... Well, Stewart's 27. I remember that seeing him, and Rixey's young. So I want to add some people to the trade block. So let's add... I'll put Evaldi on it, because he's making $7 million, and maybe we can do something about it. Tommy Pham, Brandon Rodgers, Zimmerman, Norris. I'll put even some prospects on it. Let's see what teams want to offer us. I'll put a catcher. I'll put second base. I'll put shortstop. And I'll put reliever. Let's put closers. Usually closers are better. And I guess I'll put first. Because both our first basemen are older. So, yeah, I'll put these guys on the trade block. And we'll see if anyone wants to offer. And I'll put Daz on that as well. Let's see if anyone wants to offer us a player. I'm okay with putting our... Because this is how we have to get trades. We can't just go out and be like, oh, I want to go get Tony Kemp. And then, or whatever, and I'll just go get him. Like, we have to use the trade block on this. So we can go out and get Puig because he's on the trade block, or Austin Pruitt's a reliever. Like, he pitched okay last year. I might go pick him up. But that's how we have to build the team, or free agency. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Mookie's a free agent. Trout is a free agent who's declining somehow. DeGrom, Springer, Trean, Hand, Osuna, Kluber, Stroh, Ken Giles. Good thing Dozier's the best second baseman, so that kind of helps us and maybe someone will sign him. I might have to get Mookie. I could move him to second. I could. Let's give Mookie an offer. And you're going to be like, this isn't realistic? The Tigers sign free agents. Like, this is clearly realistic. He's a free agent. The Tigers are a team that signs free agents. We have money. We're a playoff team. We don't need offense, but we do need defense. So let's see what happens. Real Muto's a Dodger. That might happen in real life. Might already happen by the time that record this a few days in advance. Might have already happened by the time that happens in real life. Brad Hansen, A. Keela's in Ranger. Bauer's a Red Sox. That stinks. Actually, we're not on the AL. I'm thinking of the Toronto. We're not on the AL East. We got Mookie. 7-year deal. Wow, oh wow. So now we actually have too many outfielders. And you're like, Canassi, you have too many outfielders. Yes and no. We're going to probably move on from Pham if I can. And then now we can move on from, Christian Stewart's good. Or maybe we decide to... We could move Miggy to third. I don't know, because I think Rixey should play. And I think Stewart might be a better DH. So I'm going to actually... You know what? Let's do this. Let's update the trade block. I'm going to put Abreu and Cabrera on it. Maybe we get something out. Let's take a look at free agency as well. And Wellington Castillo might be a halfway decent option. Lucroy, not bad. Cervelli actually might be kind of cheap. Yeah, $4 million for Cervelli. Let's do that. Or Evan Gattis. He was great last year. Let's get Gattis. And we do need a second baseman, but let's wait on Dozier because he might accept that. Puig got traded to the Indians for Nelly Rodriguez and Ethan Hankins. DeGrom is an Indian. That's in our division. All right, Dozier's back. Trean's a Giant. So what is our budget now? It's negative. I think our 40 minutes should be all set because we didn't add anyone. So now I could view the trade block and be like, we should see if there's any... Not many people. So right now I'm kind of waiting on other teams offering us a trade. Ozuna's a Cub. Montgomery... Why did he not? What? I think what happened was because we ran out of money. Oh, man. Well, I guess Casey Mize is going to be pitching on the team this year. That sucks. Oops. Oh, we can't. We're 5 yet. Well, he'll be on the mate. That sucks, though. I mean... Because we couldn't afford him, but you know what? We got freaking Mookie Betts. That's really weird, though. That didn't, prompt me or anything. Gaussman is an Angel. Ken Giles is an Oriole. Robbie Ray is a Cardinal. Rule 5 draft. All right. Maybe find a catcher here. We don't need a second baseman. We just need a catcher. Or a reliever. Bo Taylor, he can't hit. Luke Mail can't hit. Can someone hit? I might just get this Dan Altavilla. Yep, let's get Dan. What's his contract situation? $500,000. Perfect. And then I'll have to view the trade block, see if we can maybe find something. Unless a team wants to offer us a trade. Come on, teams. View the trade block. There's nothing out there. We do need a coach, which we may not be able to sign one because of our money. We need a first base coach. Yep, so can't do that yet. So let's see if anyone has updated. Let's update our trade block. So I'll put Dozier. Let's put a bunch of people on this. Evaldi. Actually, I kind of want Evaldi now that we didn't keep Montgomery. Pham. I mean, the worst case, we just have a lot of depth on this team, which is not a bad thing. So, closer, catcher. We still don't really have a catcher. I mean, right? No, we have Evan Gaddis. What am I thinking? Still would like someone maybe for the future. All right, let's... Normally I just sim spring training. But let's see, maybe we can see a trade or something come up. Because I kind of want to... Nothing there yet. No teams want to make a move? Wow, these teams are boring. Oops. All right, let's go to the regular season. Yeah, there's nothing there. So let's just build the team as is. Fulmer, Norris, Evaldi, Zimmerman. I don't want Boyd. I want Casey Mize. I'm going to send Boyd to them. He's left-handed, actually. Let's send him down for now. So Mize in, Nova in, Norris on the bench. Because I just think he's a great... I think we need the long man. The bullpen's actually really good. Kelly, Jimenez, Will Smith, all really good options. Lineup. So right now they have... I might just send... What I'm going to do for the beginning of the year, I guess, is Rixey will go down the minors. 2 reasons. 1, save service time. 2, we have too many outfielders. We have too many outfielders right now. We actually may not have enough minor leaguers, and we might have a little bit of an issue coming up. So we need to add another player. Because right now we have Pham, Mookie, Andrew Benintendi, and Stewart. I want Stewart to play every day. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I could put Mookie at second, but I don't think that makes much sense. I guess Stewart will just be on the bench to begin the year. He's a 30 home run hitter. He can't hit for contact. And as long as Miggy continues to hit, he'll play. We actually, I mean, the thing is, I know injuries will happen. So our team is built with the idea that we can sustain injuries. All right, so that's all set. Let's take a look at what we rank. Oh, we actually need to add another player. We only have 24. We have a left field, 2 outfielders, a second baseman can play everywhere. We have we'll add another bullpen arm if we can. There's really not many out there. I guess I'll call it Rodriguez because he can play a bunch of positions. We should be ranked, I'm going to say top 10. 9th. 4th in contact, 4th in power. We can hit. Not great defense or speed. 15th in pitching. So it'll be cool. Indians are ranked 3rd. The division's pretty weak. Top prospects. We have the number 4 in Casey Mize, who's now in the bigs. Now, Rixey, I don't think is on this anymore. Yeah, because he did play last year. But that's fine. Like, he is in the minors right now. Matt Manning is at 31. And I'm telling you, when there's an injury, Dennis Means is at 39, one of the third baseman. And Fred Brown, the other third baseman, is at 43. Bo Burrow's at 44. Pretty good farm system. Yeah, Rixey's in the minors now. He'll play in the bigs this year. I guarantee it. It's just right now, I'd rather use Mike Gerber, have him than have Rixey waste and not play in the minors every day. Injuries will happen. I guarantee once teams put players on the trade block, I will clear out some of this clutter in the outfield. Most likely trading either Pham, Miggy, which seems sacrilegious, but he is 37 if he struggles. Dozier, one of the outfielders, whoever's struggling, I'll trade. So that's it for the video, guys. I should make sure our scouts are all set. West, International, Central. We don't have an East. There we go. Next episode will be the regular season. We try to maybe can win the division one year. I will see you guys then. Take it easy.